Hey guys, my name's Callum, and this is basically just going to be my introduction to the whole vinyl community on YouTube. I'll just introduce myself. My name's Callum. I'm a teenager from Ireland. I started collecting vinyl, not seriously, but I started getting into vinyl about 4 or so years ago. I still wouldn't consider myself too serious of a collector, simply just because I don't have the money being a teenager, but when I can get vinyl, I do, and I'm always on the lookout for something good. So, as an introduction, I thought that I'd just get a stack of some of my favorite vinyl and just basically talk about it and just kind of give you a taste of what kind of stuff I'm into. I have more vinyl here, but this is kind of a condensed little part of my collection that I really like. I'm currently playing Camel's Mirage album on the turntable, and it's one of my favorite prog albums. I got picked up in Holland, actually. On Passport and Gamma, but I basically just want to talk on this channel about vinyl, and I also want to introduce a little bit of like cassettes to the community, because I'm not too sure how many people talk about cassettes in the community, but it's one of the things I'm really into, because I run a record label and we make and sell cassettes, and it's just something that's coming back big at the moment that I really enjoy, and it's one of my favorite mediums of music. So I'm going to start off with 3 of my favorite 7-inches. The first one is a Test Icicles 7-inch. It's actually 2, and it comes like this. Just the 2 in the small disco bags, and they're defunct now, but they were a post-hardcore band from England, and they were active for like a year or 2. But their singer/guitarist Depth, he's now gone on to be Lightspeed champion, and I've been a big Lightspeed champion fan for ages. But yeah, Test Icicles were really something special. Slain to Domino. This is a remix and outtakes double single, and it's just really great. Their whole discography is quite easy to still get on places like Amazon and eBay, which is pretty cool for such a defunct and almost cult band. The second one is a single for Stone Meadow from Tomahawk. I'm a really big John Stanier fan because Battles is one of my favorite bands. So when I saw this, I just had to get it. And I think I'm not sure how many, it's either 8 or 12 different etchings with a kind of Aztec feel. And here's the one I have on mine, which is really cool. It's like a lizard's head, actually goat, sorry. A bit hard to tell in the etching. And then the label has a corresponding it's the same picture, so that's pretty cool. And probably one of my favorite singles from last year. Solid album too, but I'll always prefer the self-titled. Next is this? I'm not sure if this is Record Store Day or not, but it's of Montreal and Deerhoof Split, limited to 2,000 copies worldwide on clear gold vinyl. So this folds out like that, and that's probably some of my favorite artwork ever. The A side is Deerhoof with of Montreal playing A Filthy Filth, and then the B side is Feminine Effects, and that's probably my favorite song, one of my favorite songs of all time. And of Montreal are just great. It's really nice as well. And Polyvinyl put that out, free download card as well. So I'm going to move on to some LPs. Some of these I got recently, some of these are ones I've had forever, but I just really feel like they're worth mentioning to give you a rough outline of my taste and what kind of stuff I'll be listening to and talking about here, I guess. So I'll start with the new Speed of Sea and Soundwater album. Got this with the t-shirt bundle. Don't think I have the t-shirt lying around at the moment, but good band, good guys. I've talked to the singer and guitarist Damien a few times. If you like just really quirky, almost like power pop, math rock, and math pop, these guys are what you should be listening to. The labeling is really cool. Like it's pretty just blank, but it's effective. I like it. And if you haven't listened to them, go onto their Bandcamp and download their red and blue versions for free, or if you want to give some money to them, that's cool, I guess. 2 of my favorite EPs. So next I have Slinks Tweez, and Steve Albini produced this, who's probably my favourite producer of all time. Really great album. I remember listening to Carol every single day for a solid month when I first heard this album. And if I remember correctly, the insert is pretty cool, but I don't think I have it here. It folds out and it's like zoomed in on a cell. There's something about the linear I remember. Yeah, linears are pretty cool. All the song names are connected to the band itself, so that's something pretty cool. Next up I have MBV by Michael A. Valentine, and I pre-ordered this like a day after it came out. It comes to CD, but I actually have that in the car at the moment. But really nice gatefold. It's a really great album. I have a few friends who have copies of this, so I'd love to get that, but it's just so steep to buy. I've seen red pressings of it though, so that might be something to look into because I think it's a little bit cheaper if I remember correctly. This is one of my favourite things I have. It's the Mars Volta, and it's octahedron, double white vinyl. I'll just show you the vinyl because it is pretty nice. I think this limited something like 3,000 worldwide, not entirely sure, but really nice. I got it in Plexus in Holland when I went on exchange trip there, and Plexus is basically a really cool two-story record store. Everything you could want from like Sun Ra Battles, it's just great, and the guy who runs it, Martin, just really knows what he's talking about, and they have an insane stock. I remember I was buying a copy of Camel's Snow Goose on CD, and I was ready at the vinyl. I was going to get the CD as a present for someone, and they had something like 7 copies, which is just ridiculous, but they really know their stuff. Okay, next up is Omar Suleiman's Le Jeunet, and if you've seen this guy around the internet, you've probably heard the 3-minute version of Le Jeunet, but this actually has a 29-minute version, and like he's done the new album with Fortet producing it, and that's out on Ribbon, but I like the stuff he's done with Sublime Frequencies, the compilations of his earlier work, probably more, but what I like about this pressing is it comes with a little like blurb about Omar and information on him, because I mean he's sort of a cult figure, and he used to be a really big wedding singer in Syria, and he's made something like 300 to 400 albums worth of material simply from doing so many weddings and live shows and stuff. Okay, so next up I have Time Columns, Mana, and these guys are really cool. They're now a trio, but when they recorded this, they were a duo, and they make really nice post-rock music if you're into Explosions in the Sky or whatever. Probably some of the nicest artwork I've ever seen on a record. Really nice guys as well. I've talked to them a few times. They really know their stuff, and I'm trying to see if this is the right. Yeah, this is the right one. Basically, it's on crimsony brown vinyl, but this is etched. It probably isn't showing up too well, but that is very nice. Suburban in Denmark pressed this, and it's just a really great album. Probably one of my favorites from 2012. I think it was either 2012 or 2011, but I think it was 2012. Great album. Next up I have the Zappa bootleg. Zappa's probably one of my favorite musicians of all time. This is St. Alfonso's meatball sandwich with provolone, and it's on this really nice, almost marbled purple record. I got that a week or two ago in Dublin. I can't remember the name of the shop. It's like an upstairs shop. It's really cool, and it I've seen, it's probably one of the rare records I have. I've seen the price vary from like €20 to like 100 for this, and I know there's another copy on a different color that's worth a fortune, but that's limited to like 55 and really hard to get. And a picture with Zappa's parents on the background, which I think is pretty cool. I have Daniel Johnson's Yip Jump Music here. Daniel Johnson is a hero, I suppose, in the whole lo-fi and outside of music kind of scene, I guess. He did loads of work as half Japanese, and I mean, like, he really just gained notoriety from the amount of home recordings he did, and then also Kurt Cobain wearing a t-shirt like this of his got him some more exposure. But I mean, like, he recorded one or two of his albums, at least Hi, How Are You, under basically mental breakdown circumstances, and it shows in the music, but it's fun, it's quirky, it's quick, mainly done on chord organs and out-of-tune guitars. It's as lo-fi as you get, but it's, if you haven't heard him, check him out right now. Okay, next I have Black Eyes, and this is their self-titled, really cool post-hardcore band from a few years back. Quirky, quick math rock things. I think they have 2 drummers on some of the songs. Really great album. Discord Records put this out. Really great. I was attaining sort of a cult following, I think, at this stage. Next up, I have a Record Store Day international edition of Sonic Youth's Horrors Moaning. This was originally done in Australia only in 1993, but they got a Record Store Day repressing on this translucent blue vinyl, and one of my favourite records. So I have 2 more to show you. I'm just going to show you this now. It's my Shellac box set for 100 Hertz. Now I got this second hand, so it didn't come with the CD, but there is a CD copy with it, and I really like the sleeve artwork on this. I think it's really cool. Old oscilloscope. Very heavy pressing. I love Steve Albini, especially with his work producing bands like Ohm and Slint, but also just on albums like Terraform and At Action Park. Just really top class musician. And the final one is Apples in Stereo, New Magnetic Wonder, from the whole Elephant Six collective that Mutual Milk Hotel and Nessie Gallants and a few other people were involved with. Like I say, really fun power pop. Goes into psychedelic regions, I guess, at some points, but just a really great album. The artwork on this is amazing. And it's comes with some really cool artwork actually as well. In the insert, yeah, done like, oh sorry, that's a fan. Done like a sound collage, not sound collage, sorry, a collage of photos. Yeah, just really great album. But yeah, that's just kind of a rundown of the kind of stuff I listen. I wasn't really sure how to introduce myself here, still being new enough to this whole thing, so I thought if I just talked about what kind of stuff I'll be talking about really here, you might get just a taster, and hopefully I haven't bored you too much. But yeah, I'll be trying to upload as much as I can, and I just want to thank everyone in this community for getting me into this kind of stuff, because without this whole community I probably wouldn't have been as inspired to keep buying records and to keep looking out for rare stuff and discovering new music, especially for your vinyl. So thanks guys, I guess, and I hope you come back for some more videos. So I'll see you soon.